Africa. Today, we are going to be looking into the Igbo regalia, the traditional Igbo attire, Isi Agu. Okay, before I go into that, we are going to look into some of the Ejirimara Igbo. We talked about it in our first episode, and this is going to be the second of it. I encourage you to watch the first one, by the way. Igbo Bunde Jemba. We are not only Ndeje Jemba, we are the Jembas ourselves. We are also going to look into how these things are done, because we don't have these things in our history classes, and I told us that a bunch of us are risen or arise to tell our tales, our stories, and our characteristics, so that we have something left for our children to fall back on whenever they are lost. Traditionally, the Isi Agu was given to a man when he received a chieftaincy title. The shirt is usually worn with a red face hat. Beyond that, there are many attributes to this regalia. It represents so much. It is a highly prestigious attire that is worn by Ndabai, which signifies authority and power. It holds a significant cultural and symbolic value for the Igbo people. And so, this attire also comes in different colors and symbols. Between 1837 to 1901, there is a historical fact that Igbo had the craft to extract the skin of a leopard and later use it for clothes, as seen in almost all traditional stools of power in Igbo land. The symbolism in Isi Agu attire implies a hierarchy of privilege and dependency. The lion symbol printed on the Isi Agu attire did not become an Igbo man's cultural symbology by mere chance, but due to the mere singular reason that lion is a very strong and noble animal, which typifies the authentic identity of Igbo. Therefore, the Igbo is built strong, bold, and courageous, and that is why the lion insignia is always ingrained in the Igbo aesthetics. From my own interpretation, the symbolism is a complete reflection and representation of intrinsic endowment of Igbo. An Igbo man is highly fascinated with it, and so fascinated that it comes in different broad categories. Apparently, Isi Agu fabrics comes in diverse colors to assume or reflect the growth in taste and symbolic style among the Igbo people. It is used to be a creative blend of red, black, and white. No matter what colors it comes in, the dominant motive is the head of the lion. And there are many things we can say about a lion or about a leopard. They are in the class of kings. They are in the class of warriors. Ndibu, Bundeje Jemba. They are great hunters, great farmers, they are great physicians, and apart from that, we are wealthy people, not in your paper millions, but in true wealth and acquisition. We are wealthy through lands, or loja, or ledo, that is gold and silver, and every valuable thing you can think of. I'm going to reveal to us something in the course of this video about the wisdom of Ndibo. People think we're being braggadocious, people think we talk too much, people think we make mouths. We don't. We're only telling our stories. And the way in which our story is unfolding, I just realized that there's something about an Igbo man. There's something about an average Onyibo, Onyojafo, that triggered him to enslave him. And I want you guys to know, I want to assure you that in the course of time, we will unveil all this. Make sure you are following us on this. Now, before, like I told us, the Isi Agu was a regalia for Ndi Echile Echichi n'ala Igbo. But someone had introduced this attire in a manner that the public and some prominent organizations and the people, even without the Echichi, started embracing this regalia. And today, it is something that a company like Airpeace can invest in or be bold and proud of. It is something that a lot of people can, buy and sew for their traditional marriages. N'ala Igbo. It is something that they can use for coronations, for child dedication, that is naming ceremony, and so many other things. Okay, moving to the New Yam Festival. Celebrated at the end of the rainy season, usually the Eke Market Day in the last week of August. So, New Yam Festival is a celebration at the end of yam harvest and the beginning of another cultivation season. First, the elders have to fix a date for it. And so during this festival, it is a show of farmers and the community and the villagers showcasing what God has blessed them with in that farming year. So many yams will be displayed during this festival. And an indicator of someone who is super rich is how well your yam did. I spoke about Obaji last time, the yam barn. Before we go into this, I'd like us to listen to this mama. She's from Ghana. She is well endowed with some history, and especially of that Ndibo. Let us listen to her, because if I say it, some of our brothers from the other tribe will say, "This lady, you lying to the people." Take a listen.
Some accounts credit the people of Umri for discovering the secret of yam cultivation. The ability of the Umri to cultivate this highly valued food product gave them advantage over their neighbors who needed to learn their secret to cultivate yam. This scientific breakthrough boosted the profile of the kingdom, and its reputation as a commercial center spread easily far and wide.
You see that? The wisdom of Ndibo to cultivate, to farm this particular food, our staple, yam, is enormous. They are the first ever to think of it, practice it, and preserve it, and passed it on to all the generations. And so during this festival, there are so many activities happening, such as masquerade parade and other cultural dances. So, our emumani me with obiangole. The yam will be roasted and prepare a very delicious sauce with palm oil. And the king will be there to cut this roasted yam, take a piece of it, tiana the mano sauce, and eat it. And this is an amazing thing. Just like the Americans would do their Thanksgiving ceremony every November with turkey, our staple food in Igbo land is yam. For your information, or there are many ways we can roast it, we can fry it. There are many ways we can actually eat yam. Do we talk about the nutritional value of yam? It's enormous as well. And so, we're moving on to Ibanwafa naming ceremony, child or newborn naming ceremony. Una malago that from the day the child or a baby is born during the olden days, they will go with joy and announce it in a very unique way. Chai, I miss those days. You'll be hearing Yogene. The town crier will come out And the women especially are the ones to make the public understand that something beautiful had happened. They will sing, they will make beautiful sound, they will dance in joy, and they will go house to house to announce the arrival of this beautiful baby. And during the naming ceremony, the Isi Agu is also worn. Well, during the naming ceremony, usually according to Igbo tradition, the paternal grandfather, if alive, will take the baby and officiate the naming ceremony, with the paternal grandmother bringing the child to the father to be named. So during this ceremony, the father holds the baby in one hand and palm wine in the other hand. And remember, we also have Oji Igbo, that is the colonat, present during the ceremony. And the name is given as they pray for the baby, they bless the child's future, and they also do some prayers to ward off bad luck around that baby. Guys, we are Ndimeme. And so yes, during this naming ceremony, we also have the Osoji or alligator peppers. So yeah, these clarifications show that Igbo ritual objects, like in the context of the present ceremony, are used as symbols that speak larger and longer than the actual concrete items which they represent. So, in other words, these things are deeper than you see them. What counts, however, is the prayers that they offered to this baby, and that moves us into the Nkwenu Chai. This is another staple in Igbo land that is so good and refreshing.
Fortuna juice is the taste of paradise. I got a drink that'll make you feel alive. Sipping on Fortuna juice, it's gonna take you high. Tropical flavor in every single drop. When you taste it, you won't wanna stop. It's like a burst of sunshine in a glass. Fortuna juice.
Maọbụ nkwenu, maọbụ mmanya ngwọ, or pami, whether you call it white wine or dabasiano. And so this traditional beverage is more than just a drink. It is a symbol of unity, festivity, and heritage. Nkwenu isn't just consumed for its delightful taste. It plays a pivotal role in traditional ceremonies and everyday life. From weddings and funerals to the installation of a new king, no significant event is complete without it. At weddings, palm wine is used during Ibanko, maọbụ ihe ndị oyibo na-akpọ traditional marriage, where the bride carries a cup of this nkwenu to her husband in a symbolic act of unity. Jikwanya bụ nkwenu atachara ọkpaka maọbụ ụgba, anụ ọkpọọ, azụ ọkpọọ, nkwobi, isi ewu. I know that somebody is salivating. Palm wine is also known for its health benefits, which include improving eyesight. When dị n'obele, a na-enye m nkwenu ka m ṅụọ maka na anya na-egbu m mgbu. And trust me, it helped a lot. As the world becomes increasingly interconnected, the preservation and celebration of traditions like nkwenu tapping serve as a reminder of the invaluable diversity and richness of human cultures. So the next time you raise a glass of pami, remember the centuries of tradition, resilience, and cultural pride that it embodies, a true testament of the enduring legacy of the remarkable Ndiwo. Thank you so much for joining me today. Akabukwa mwadu Splendor Ngozi. Ka anyị kparịkọtawa nkata na comment section. Ndewo.